I'm sure you already know all of that. And as usual, as I'm talking, I'm just walking around on the top of these stupid boxes because I can't talk into anything fortunate. And you might ask, why the heck are you streaming then? Because I really enjoy it. That's the only answer. I just really enjoy doing it. Um, and that's it. I want to. There's your answer. Hopefully, I'll even get good at it someday. I don't know. Don't hold your breath. Okay, I'm going to create some acid because I think I just, no, I guess I must not have. What the heck was I looking at? I thought it was, oh, I see what it is. I was going to make acid for the fusion igniters that I'm creating. And usually I'm out of fungal mold. And this time I knew I had a whole ton of fungal mold. And so I was confused why it wasn't letting me make it. Well, guess what? I don't have mordite. I finally run out of mordite. I had a huge stack of mordite, and when you only have to use 25 a piece, it lasts for a long time. And I sort of just ran myself right out of contention. Well, that's bad news um, for the fauna on my home planet because I don't know where to buy mordite or if it can even be purchased, and I don't think it can. Um, that means, and this is kind of bad because good night 11, I let everything fall to zero, didn't I? One of them taking damage. Alright. And we got the bolt caster up, which is just as well. I'm sorry, guys. I know there's some Diplo lovers out there, and oh goodness sake, can it be that they have not spawned? I'm gonna have to kill them if I see them. If I can find some, they gotta die because I gotta have mordite for the acid I need. And there's the ever present. No, not ever present. It pops up once in a while. The internet connection is not suitable for broadcasting, and yet every time it's done that, I have not had too many issues with it. Unless that's the reason why all the video went out last time. Okay, wait. Maybe I have my answer now. Oh well. What do they want me to do? Stop? That's not going to happen. I can't. I'm a No Man's Sky fanatic, and there's just nothing I can do about it. And now I'm a streaming No Man's Sky fanatic, the worst possible kind. We're everywhere. Lately, we've been, little bands of streaming people seen looting all the streets, and they're all streaming No Man's Sky. Why? Because No Man's Sky is so visually stunning and compelling and fun to play, and people want to share that with other people, and you know, and it's almost fanatic level with some people because they just can't handle the fact that it's something so good, and they want to share it so badly that they get a little, you know, pushy. Not pushy. That's not the right word. They get a little excessive. Whatever. Um, and I know I've caught myself doing the same thing. There's a little animal. That Diplo. That wasn't a Diplo. I get a substantially larger amount of Mordite by killing the Diplos, and now they're going to start spawning because the sun's coming up. I don't know why they refuse to exist at nighttime. But that area I just went through, which is empty right now, is now. Look, there's already an Urtak. That's the species name, and there's the Diplos. They just spawn in the daylight, and that's it. And I just went through here. I've never seen one despawn. That's bizarre. Oh, don't watch. Seriously, don't watch. It's okay. They're just They're pixels. They're not real cuddly little animals. They're fake, right? And that whip plant is not a dead whip plant. Those things get me every time. I don't know about you. Don't you hate that? I mean, you can't. You just lie in wait until you're unsuspecting. And all you wanted was a Pepsi, just one Pepsi. And they won't give it to you. Okay, sorry, obscure reference. If you don't get it, I don't want to explain it to you. Those things are actually, according to the scanner, taller than these Diplos. Now look, side by side, right? Which one is taller? It's rather a no-brainer. Oops. Uh-oh, I've wounded one and haven't killed it. Fortunately, it hasn't come after me. Starbomb. Don't want it. Just want your Mordite. There's some scurrying critters about to kick the oxygen habit. I'm here to help them. Alright, I know, I don't have to enjoy it. I do have to kill them, but I do not have to enjoy it, and yet... Sorry, they do funny flips and stuff when you shoot them. Especially the big ones. Like, look what happens to these Diplos. Look at them. Alright. How do you get that much weight off the ground? Look at that. Look at that. That's, I mean, someone is judo flipping these things. You know, I'm just having too much fun to talk about politics. I wanted to talk about the politics of the communities in No Man's Sky. That game. I'm an insider, I guess. I didn't really know I was an insider until I had more information than everyone else, or a lot of other people, let's put it that way. And there is my very first, look at this. I have been on this planet for, I don't know, months since I discovered this planet. And this is the first for me. First of discovering one of these on this planet, and also on any other planet. I have discovered vortex cubes, but not ones that look like this. I've seen the other kind. They spawn in two different ways from what I'm given to understand, maybe more. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. But, yeah. Okay, I've got to check. You know what, I've been sitting here going on and on and on. I have no idea if the audio is on. Because I usually have my laptop up and I'm looking at the feed so that I don't have it called up on my laptop like I usually do. Oh, trying to fix that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I must have left a sentinel alive because I've got animals and sentinels and minerals coming after me. Oh my. And why am I trying to kill them with my laser? Wait, don't panic. Just shoot them all dead. Where is that freaking critter? Should have left that one alive and got the quad. I don't want anything these suckers give me. I can't. I have no more room for nanites, or else I can't craft. And one of the reason I'm keeping them is because I'm hoping they're worth something someday. All right. There is the critter, just lurking on the outskirts, and they are actually developing. I don't know. It feels like they're developing a little bit of an actual personality. The predators from the prey, a little bit different. Like they're more stalking. That one just threw up his hands in defeat. Just gave right up. Take my Mordite, please. I really don't enjoy killing these or anything else. I don't like the fact that I have to do this to collect more. I mean, I know there's plant you can harvest, It, I think there's a plant. Yeah. I've never grown it. I don't need it. I don't, you know, I kill stuff instead. And nothing have to craft requires a ton of it. But it does require it. So I just go hunting every now and again. Try not to do it to my poor little Diplos, but they are pretty easy to hit from a long ways away, so they don't have to be Diplo, and they're worth a lot. And those things. Big old targets. I can't prove it yet. Oh, Cobra's live. You know, that might be the one. That might be the one guy that will make me stop right now in my tracks and go see what's going on. What to do? Should I tell you what I'm gonna do? If I can't get a hold of my brother Chris in my Civ, then I think I'm gonna log out and go check out Cobra's broadcast. I really don't want to miss it. At the same time, I have a lot to say. I have a lot of questions, and Chris is a pretty savvy guy. He's got a good outlook on life, and I was kind of hoping to get him back on the show or broadcast or whatever I'm supposed to call it. It's not really. It's a broadcast. It's not a show. I'm not showing much of anything, but. Come on now. Do I have do I have to like my own self on Facebook to get it to pop up in the notifications? Why doesn't it? Why do I always have to search? Why am I so non-tech savvy? Why am I so old and such? These questions and many more. Here's to guess at, or not. Okay, hey, look, I'm live now. What a friggin' shock. No one's on my channel because my name is not Cobra or Semtex UK or Game Mode or Sword AH or any of the other really, really cool people. I am simply Slade. Hey, wow, that's not bad. There's a Just Jared. I let out a Simply Slade, right? Because it doesn't sound like who I am. I'm not smooth like a lot of people. I'm a little rougher around the edges, and I'm just not like that. So anyway, enough about me. Where's Chris? That's what I want to know. All right, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm hitting him up right now on Facebook. See if I can get a response. I don't know if I have any likes or I do have some likes and subs, but and I'm sure it's somewhere, but I don't know where it doesn't show up on my feed. I'm sure it shows up on yours, but okay, wait. I think I see him. I think I see it. Well, I see his post. What? All right, Chris. Chris is our creative genius. He's the only guy in our hub right now that has a creative base located in Epic Space, because Epic is a localized guild assortment bunch crew of people that we're all in the same spot. we're all like-minded, or else you're not in. Because I'm being a lot more selective on who I bring into the fold now. Because I just, after dealing with this latest role play fiasco, which I'm not going to go into right now, but there's a lot of role playing going on and passing it off as real life. By certain folks in the larger communities in No Man's Sky, and some real life people got involved in it, and I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I was involved in it, but it doesn't really affect me. But I see how it affects people who you know care about it a lot more than I do, and they still don't realize that people are still doing it, and or maybe they do and they don't care. And if that's the case, I'm gonna just leave my big fat nose out of it. Um, but what I don't know is do they know, or and if so, do they care? That people are creating false crap, and then uh, um, civilizations and organizations, and then pulling the plug out from it. And there's nothing they can do because they own the chat, they own the website that everyone's subscribing to. Fortunately for me, I have Into the Door and myself are the only ones that create our social media, so there's going to be no drama. There's going to be nobody taking over, and deciding who's going to do what for the community. We decide our own fate and what we're going to do. And once again, I'm sitting here doing nothing except talking. So anyway, here's what's going to go down. Get on Messenger. Okay, well, sent that out. I gotta start the chat group while we're waiting for his reply. And who knows, maybe I'm gonna leave it open this time for anyone who wants to join. So apologize for the blue screen. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that's watching right now. I'm gonna send out some invitations, so just to keep the audio alive. Syntax, I'm sure, is already live, or he's on Cobra. Red line ain't online, but I'm gonna send him an invitation anyway, so he'll get it if he does log in. Mikey's logged in. Let's see if he's got his ears on. That's my little nephew, buddy, and he is a junior officer in Epic, and he was a junior officer. Actually, he's going up in the ranks, and pretty soon he's going to be legit, full on crew member with his own fleet to command. Because he's a serious gamer. He's solid. and trustworthy. That's the thing. That's the only, kind of people I want in my guild. Uh-oh. My weapon charge has been depleted again. Are real people. I've got a guy right now, and he's a bad guy. He's another alt or character of some other guys that I'm not going to use any names because why? You know, I heard the good people that they've involved themselves with, and give themselves any form for fame or infamy at all. That's a predator. He's a dead man. I am the predator of the predator. There's another one. And I know it's not a man, so he's not really a dead man, but thought it was a predator. I can't. There's two species. They look an awful lot alike, and one's a predator and one is not. One you eat, and one will eat you. So that is the problem with the fauna models, or whatever they're called on this game. One problems. They have tiny little predator creatures attacking giant, giant prey creatures. And, the prey creature looks like a wolf and an eagle crossbred or something, and the other one looks like a mouse and a rabbit. Yet the predator is the mouse-rabbit hybrid. We'll figure that one out. Although it is kind of funny sometimes. Makes some interesting combinations. Just the lag coming into my base is incredible. How long it takes to load. I'm lucky I didn't fall through the floor again, actually. Okay, I need to save real quick because this big stash of more I don't want to lose if I do crash. I had a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, but I'm not gonna talk to myself. I won't put you guys through that. Not the whole time. Only this much time, since that's where we're at. But very little more. I will only torture you for a little while longer, and then I'll be all done. The purpose of this broadcast is to kill time, have fun, and also to show people how not the best way or not how, the optimized way, but how I create fusion igniters in the game No Man's Sky. And how I am already at 2.943 billion units, and will soon be topped out at 4.3 billion units, or whatever that number exactly is. That's where I will be by July 24th, when the update drops and they nerf all the farms and all the money-making abilities, or change them all entirely to where what we've built already is no longer valid or usable. Let's see. Yeah, that's the goal. So to get to 4.3 billion, and I want to sell the trophium if I have it, and the pugmium. I'll sell that and clear one more space for that. All right. Wow, I got a lot more Mordite than I thought I was going to. I got two full 250 piece stacks, so a little over. I'll sell the stupid neutrino modules. I really wish they would just give me nanites and stop dropping those useless pieces. Oh well. Okay, so my fungal harvest is now ready to go. So I'm going to grab that real quick, and then I will have a ton of acid to make for my fusion igniters. Oh, I also need acid to drop some more autonomous mining units down, because I also need copper for the manufacture of these fusion igniters, and I'm always in short supply. And I found one it was really cool. I found a little spot where there was a nice, easy to reach and easy to find copper deposit, and I put down a couple of harvesters on there, and then right nearby that I put down some gas harvesters. So it's a nice little spot where I can grab my copper and the sulfurine that I need on one-stop shop. So, and that'll be an interesting dynamic too, to see if it changes whether or not you can add, more than one or more than three autonomous mining units or atmospheric harvesters per planet. Because if so, that would be cool. I was about to say what that would mean, but I mean that affects so many things. That's a conversation that requires more than just myself to facilitate. But alas, at this point in time, I have no one to partner up with in these broadcasts. But I will. My search will continue. Mr. Erickson, I'd love to have Mr. Erickson here and helping me out with that. Because he's got a great personality. He's talkative, but he's not overly talkative. And he's a real person. And there are entirely too many fake people out there. And I just want someone that's real. Don't have to be smart or funny or talented. I'm not, any of those things. So maybe I should get someone who's smart and funny and talented. We don't want two people that are not smart and funny and talented trying to run a show. That would be worse than just me. Cool. My nitrous. Yeah, nitrogen is ready. The nitrous for my spaceship is now finished. I'm about to apply it to my rebuilt engine of my former C-class Explorer. Now it's a double S-class due to its ridiculous warp drive and pulse drive capacities. Can't even get my brother to play this game. I swear, one time we're driving by. I had a pocket full of money, and we were in Tacoma at the time, and we were driving by the Tacoma Dome, and Aerosmith was playing. Now, Steve and I, you got to know, we're huge Aerosmith fans, and I think he had actually seen Aerosmith before, but I never had, and maybe that's why I didn't want to go. Bad experience or something. I don't know. But I said, you know what? If you stop this car right now, I will go in there. I will buy tickets for both of us. We'll go to the concert tonight on me. I'll buy dinner. I'll buy everything. All you need to do. And he said no. And it changed my world, ladies and gentlemen. It really changed it didn't change my world. But it shocked me to the core. I was like, wow. My brother he's responsible. He's more responsible than me. And I guess that never dawned on me before. It should have been obvious, because who's less responsible than me? Not many people. So, I don't know, bizarre. Let's change the subject. I don't like talking about people behind their back, so he should join our stream and join our chat and defend himself properly. Because now that I've started talking smack about him, I don't know if I can stop. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not sure that I want to try, even. It's really fun. Alright. I've got my pulse engine re-engaged, and I'm heading to the next stop. I don't know why I named this planet the Olpid Embassy, because at the time, and they've since rebranded, but there was an Olpid Empire, and I thought, and I was wrong, that their mission was to document Diplos, because that's what Olpid is. It's Diplos spelled backwards, and I thought they created their whole thing is in finding Diplos and documenting them, and I found some Diplos on this planet. Now I can't give them the home planet, but I'll create an embassy for them so that they can come and sort of have a base there and be not too far away from the Diplo, so they could record it and do all the stuff. And uh, so I named it the Old Embassy. I was so proud of myself, and I was going to introduce myself and tell them who I was, uh, and what I had done for them, and reaching out in a community-minded, civic sort of way, uh, to help them on their mission, and thus become acquainted with them, and show them the wonder, and that I was on board with their mission, and totally down with helping them out. Um, well, only to find out that that's not at all what they were. I do open spelled backwards is Diplo, and beyond that, I don't understand why they named their whole civilization Opid, but I know it's not what I thought it was. Pretty sure they're not interested in my Diplos anymore. Since then, as I mentioned earlier, they've rebranded, and I'm trying to. The leader's awesome. He's cool. I've since talked to him. But he's not Opid anymore, and I never did tell him about that because I was so embarrassed. Why am this is the problem with streaming, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am at the Atmosphere Harvesters, and I have them all 1, 2, 3 in a row. There's one, there's two, and even though I know that's a save point and a beacon that I put there myself, I keep trying to harvest it. And instead of harvesting it, I have now saved my game, thinking about 6 or 7 times in a row. Here's the other harvester. And you're like, yeah, I'm not getting any tips from this guy. Nope, you're probably not. And if you're here because you want to learn about No Man's Sky, you're going to have to do it from watching and watching all my mistakes. I have been playing for a long time. I have over 1,250 hours logged in, but I haven't learned a darn thing. Or not as much as other people who have the same amount of hours logged in, because I'm still vastly noobish. I've learned a couple things, and those things I'm happy to share with you. So if you do see anything, if anyone's ever watching, you can find me easily. I run a little civilization in the Euclid Galaxy on PlayStation mode, normal mode, and it's called Epic, the Empire of Pirates and Independent Cartels. And it is a group of about 8 of us, and we're just hanging out, and we have all of our stuff on the Gamepedia wiki. We have all the stuff that I like to say. That's our slogan, kind of. We have all the stuff the big hubs have, but we're smaller. And I'm not sure if that's a draw or not, because I think people want to like join these giant communities. I don't. I mean, I don't. I'd be, you know, I consider it an honor if the community ever grew to be that size. It won't, because back in the day there wasn't much to choose from, and people really didn't know how to start their own. It was unknown territory. That guy's dying. Dead whip plant. Goodbye. And so they all kind of gravitated toward the guy who seemed to have all the answers, because we're even open to the No Man's Sky communities at all. It was through Reddit, because that's where I always went to get all my questions answered on Google. While I was trying to figure this game out, there was no manuals, no nothing. It was all player, discovered data that had been, logged on the internet, and most of it from the Reddit community. So kudos and hats off to those geniuses over there. There's a lot of smart folks over there. And without the Reddit community, honestly, I doubt I'd still be playing. I doubt I would have known there was an update. I doubt I would have. I'm sure I would have found out eventually. So I take that back, but I still owe a lot of the once I realized there was a community out there, and that they had sort of hooked up and pooled their knowledge together, I was like, yeah, it just renewed all my interest in the game, and all the negative stuff about it went away again. I lost my ship, and my train will be lost as well, of thought. Um, so yeah, from Reddit, I discovered the Amino Hub, the Amino app, and YouTube and Twitch and Discord and a whole bunch of other third-party tools and variety of social media and things that I should go back and kill that. I'm gonna let it live because I'm running out of time here. If I'm going to build any fusion igniters and still catch the end of Cobra's show, I've got to get my act together and get it done. Forgot what I was saying. Dang it. This is why I need a guy to remind me. Okay, off we go then. Into the wild bluey and you know, I'm just going to call my freighter up right now instead of flying to it. I'm going to try and get it to come here. There she blows. Queen Anne's Revenge. Blackbeard's flagship. Flagship. It's flagship. Alright. Okay, 37 minutes into this thing, and I haven't built a single fusion igniter. Gonna have rambled on about crap nobody knows or cares about, probably. So welcome to another live broadcast of Slade and Friends. I, of course, am my own friend, and you'll have to content yourselves with that for the nonce. But I know I do have friends, I promise. I promise I do. I know because they cash the checks I pay them to be my friend every week. So the checks are being sent and cashed. I'm not sure where all the friends are right now. I suspect I'm being taken serious advantage of. And I'm not even in the area I need to be. I really, seriously, I can't walk and chew bubblegum, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta go back down to my hauler that has all my materials in it. I can find it. Get on the wrong side. Well, there's my hauler, my other hauler, and my only exotic, Rocinante. Don Quixote's prize steed. Okay. I won't elaborate on that into being. They get assorted from all their various components, like nitrogen, which I'm going to transfer. Excuse me. I apologize for that. I don't know how loud that is, but that's got to be horrible. I'm going to have to excuse myself from the mic. Next time that needs to happen, Starship. Okay, so all this is getting transferred to the Starship from the exosuit, just so that I can craft from the Starship with this in the exosuit. But I kind of lose track of my levels of stuff, and I don't have a whole lot. It doesn't look like, and I only have a little bit of radon, nitrogen, and hardly any sulfurine. That's bad. So, all right. I have Herox, I have Lemium, only one. So, crying out loud, I'm only going to be able to make one fusion igniter. All right. So, oh no. Oh no. I'm not going to be able to make any because I don't have any copper. Unless I have some on my ship. On my freighter. Over here. I don't. What a colossal waste of everyone's time. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you for coming to this ridiculous show. If I find a way to delete these videos from YouTube, they will be gone in a trice. That I can assure you, because now I'm just looking foolish. Oh well. Might as well go on record as being a fool and make it official. Thank you for showing up. I'm going to go try and catch the end of Cobra's show, which is far superior to mine. But if you happen to be watching this video and you've made it all the way through, congratulations. You can call yourself the very first member of the Slade Brigade. Is that cheesy enough? I will talk to you later. Slater.